Hello guys, my name is Beatrice and I'm a Centonomy alumni. I did the campus edition last year, and after that I applied for ambassadorship. Is what are my 3 money principles? And they would be: increase your cash flow, reduce unnecessary expenses, and save. Yeah. The second question has to do with friendships and money. Basically, how can good friendship ensure that you have good financial habits? And well, if you have frugal friends or people who really know how to manage their finances, well, you'll often have the money conversation, and they will say things like, let's invest, let's buy some shares, let's apply for these jobs, let's look for these opportunities, and you are basically like that. You borrow a leaf from them and you become better. Yeah. On the other hand, if you have friends who do not really know how to manage their finances, more often than not they'll always be like, let's party, let's do this, let's spend money, let's buy this and that. Yeah. I'm not saying that you should steer clear of such people, but you could use them to learn what not to do when it comes to money. I don't know if that's mean, but it is what it is. So basically, good friends will help you identify opportunities. You just become a go-getter because they're like that. They're working hard. You cannot just stay back and watch. Yeah. So this other question is the one I like the most, and I shall spend some time there. So what are some of the best lessons that I have learned so far? 1, create your own opportunities. Do not wait for Superman or whatever to come and save you. You have to be able to create your own opportunities, especially now because schools and universities are channeling quite a number of graduates, and the kind of jobs that are there are very competitive and few. So you need to be able to, if you can start your own gig or something instead of waiting for someone to employ you, well, the better. Yeah. And when it comes to this also creating your own opportunities, I would link that to being able to identify opportunities. Yeah. So it is one thing to create your own opportunities, but it is another to identify opportunities. And to be able to identify opportunities, this was also another lesson. So I'll keep linking them up. You have to be able to educate your mind. Yeah. Learn, read books, Google, go to Centonomy or institutions which teach you about money, because I remember Robert Kiyosaki says in his book Rich Dad Poor Dad, some opportunities are not to be seen through the eyes, they're actually to be seen with the mind. So what that means essentially is that you have to constantly keep on reading and researching and keeping abreast with current affairs so that you can be able to identify opportunities for yourself. Yeah. So I had mentioned financial literacy, which was also my other aspect. So like Centonomy, one thing that I know is that I don't remember who said this, but investment in knowledge actually pays the best interest. Yeah. And going to Centonomy or taking up classes in Centonomy will actually help you to know how to manage finances. So I remember also reading that Rich Dad Poor Dad. There was a point where Robert was saying, in as much as you have bought houses or bought some assets, that is not the end of it. You still don't know everything, and there's a lot to learn, which means that you constantly have to learn. In life, it never stops. The other thing, one thing that Centonomy did to me is actually changing my mindset. Yeah, like the way I look at things right now, it's not the same, because before, I know I used to pass in town and I see some stalls and I'm like, wow, okay, and nothing would click in my head. But now when I see a vacant stall, I'm like, can I afford that? Or what business can I put? Basically, you just start thinking differently when you're writing your CV, the contents, because we had a class about career planning. It's just different. You have this go-getter mindset. You are never the same. For me, I transformed totally. Yeah. So my mindset has now changed in the sense that I don't doubt myself as much. Yeah. So because if you want to succeed, you have to be able to not to fear failure, yeah, but to learn from it, to be able to take risks, investments, yeah, things like that. So your mindset, having a positive mindset where you think, yeah, I can do that, I can afford that. How can I afford that? How can I live my life the way I want to? Yeah. So such things. Another lesson that I have learned is that, and I'm sorry if I'm speaking too fast because I really need to say what I have to say. You invest in assets. Yeah, because I had mentioned that one of my money principle is save. So what exactly are you saving towards? It's always good to save with a purpose. Like, let's say if I just keep on saving money and I don't know what it's for, then at the end of the year I just maybe throw a party or just buy some dresses. You see, that is wasted effort. But if initially I had a goal, like at the end of the year I want to save 50,000. If this 50,000, I'm going to buy a nice camera so that I can start a YouTube channel. You know, such things. Investing in assets. Assets are just basically things that help you earn income. Yeah. So when you invest, the money that you had saved, now invest in assets as opposed to liabilities, because things like home furniture, as long as they're not generating income, they're not assets, they're liabilities. So the thing is, you save in assets, you save to buy assets, those assets generate income, you get more money to save and to actually live the kind of lifestyle that you actually want. The other thing that I have learned is your spending habits are everything. It is not how much money you have, but how much money you earn or whatever, but basically your spending habits. Because one thing that I didn't know before is to account for those small amounts of money. You see, like maybe I had like 300 in M-Pesa and I'm just like, that's petty cash. The next day I don't know where it went and I don't account for it like that. So if you keep accumulating that, or credit, you keep spending 50 bob per day, at the end of the month you find that you spent, I don't know, 4,000 on credit, while you could have just bought some data or SMS in lump sum to save money. So those small amounts of money are actually what matter. So taking account of that 1 shilling really saves a lot. Oh, and if I may go back to a point I forgot, while you are saving, please ensure you save before you spend. Another thing that I did not write, oh yeah, it's here, the value of my time. Like seriously, you know, when people used to say time is money, and I'm just like, what do you mean time is money? But now I know better than that, because let's say like right now people are on quarantine. What are you doing? Like for me, I decided to do a freelancing course on writing. So I'm a law student, but I'm doing a writing course, and you may wonder what's that got to do with my career. But generally my mindset, since I said it changed, I've actually been in a space where I just want to educate myself on things, acquire new skills. I don't know when and where they will help me, but I know they will. Yeah. And of course in law school you have things like legal research and writing, so definitely writing is an added advantage. And if I wanted to do writing, I will earn some money here and there. So you see, things like that. So as much as we're in quarantine, let us use this time wisely to educate ourselves, to acquire skills. Centonomy right now, I've seen on the website that they actually have online classes. So if you're in campus or whatever, why don't you take these classes when you're at home? Do something constructive. So what else when it comes to personal development? So I would say that I really admire and look up to Nancy Mwai, because I see how she has that go-getter attitude. She's hardworking, she has her own businesses, and I see how, especially what I admire most is because she is very concerned about how she manages her finances. She has some templates on how to manage your finances, things like that. So of course I would admire that, right? Yeah. And the other person would be Wabosha Maxine, because I've watched her since I don't know, 2017 or 2016, I can't remember, but when she had only 4,000 subscribers, and now she has like 100 plus. So that is someone I've watched put in the work together with Joanna Kino. They're putting the work and seeing the results, the consistency and the hard work. I totally look up to that. And lastly, my grandmother, may she continue resting in peace, because I remember she used to wake up so early, and back in the days when there was no electricity, she was up by 6 or 5:30 and she's cooking tea. I'm like, okay, why are you waking up this early? But now I realize it is about the habits that we form in life. Basically, you just have to rise and shine, work hard, you know, like, and the rest will follow. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you have certainly learned a lot. And yeah, I also had fun.